Hi, welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. Let's get into our exercises. But first, if you tell me life is terrible, I'm going to agree with you. If you tell me life is wonderful, I'm going to agree with you. You are right. Both exist. So if you want to stew in your place all day about the injustice and how unfair life is, you would absolutely be right. But here's the thing, you don't have the full picture. And without the full picture, we're not noticing all of life. We could notice just one side. Here's the thing. Gratitude, when I started working with gratitude, it's not that it makes me more naive. Life is so great. It's always fantastic. I always have a lesson. It is that I notice a wider picture. Now, when I have a more full picture of life, I notice more choices. So if I come up to something and I say, I have no choice. I have to go there on Sunday. I have no choice. I have to work with this project. I now know I'm wrong. Even if I don't see the choices, because I see a wider picture, I at least know I'm wrong, that I don't have a choice. And now I know that my job is to look for what that other choice is because I know it exists. Let's get into our exercises. These exercises, as we get present, maybe looking up, the exercises help me find that other perspective. Help me see a more rounded picture. So let's get into those exercises. The first one being gratitude. There is always something to be grateful for. If I don't see that, I at least know I'm wrong and I can start there. Let's look for it so we could warm up that muscle and use it. Let's see what we could find when we look for gratitude right now. Let's wrap for now, finding our water. And if you had some trouble today finding some gratitude, maybe that's today, maybe yesterday was different. It's okay. That's the entire idea, is to at least know that there is something to be grateful for. Even if I can't find it right now, I'm still working that muscle. I'm still in the knowledge that it exists. And that changes my whole perspective of my day. Let's get into our meditation. And this is our control. We have control of our mind, but we have to practice that control. So sometimes thoughts just go in there, they have a party, and what I'm doing is going like, hey, we have a party when I want to have a party. So let's manage what we're thinking about by taking control of it. I'm going to stop this thought and start this one, maybe following my breath, maybe relaxing a muscle on every exhale. Let's sit in any comfortable, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And easily I could say, why do I have to do these exercises? Why do I have to see the entire perspective? I think because seeing clearly is uncomfortable at first, but then becomes a superpower. That's how I feel about it. Let's go into our writing. And this is how I get a little more clarity. I write some stuff down. If it's all muddy in my head, if I can't work it out, it's not that I find the answer as I write. It's that I change perspective. I add thought. There's something about writing that can change and work on your thought process. And this doesn't mean that we need to get results. The work here is let's write something. Let's see what comes out by starting to write right now. Let's wrap the sentence. Let's leave the thought for now. Leave the writing, move away from the writing by going to our next exercise. Let's do some stretches. We're going to do a sun salutation. Stand if you can stand. And we're going to start by inhaling the arms out and up. Looking up and reaching up. Feeling long. And then fold forward. And we're hanging over our feet with a rounded back. Knees are as bent as you want them to be. When you're ready, halfway lift. That's a flat back, looking up, straightening out the legs. Let's get into a high plank. Plant your palms down right where they are. Step your feet back. Hold it strong before you lower slowly all the way down to the ground. Once your whole front of your body's on the ground, push your palms and your chest comes up, your head comes up, look up. And let's meet in down dog. Hips up into an upside down V with our body. Getting our heels as close to the ground as possible. We're facing our thighs here. And then walk forward towards your hands before you roll up, meeting the palms above the head and exhaling them down to the chest. Holding whichever pose longer, shorter, whatever feels good. Let's have some water. We warmed up our body. And let's get into the plank. My voice gets into that muscle. This is what I do for myself. Let's get into that plank because that's what my body needs to feel. So my mind allows that to happen. Let's get into the ready position. What does that mean? Does it mean you change your voice and start talking to yourself like this? Then do it. Let's get going. Up in plank in 3, 2, 1, and plank. We are up in the plank because we know what it takes to get up in there. What I have to do beforehand is maybe growl a little or whatever it is, 10 seconds in right now. And now you know. How do you do a challenging thing? How do you do a thing that might be a little uncomfortable? You're 20 seconds in. Like how you do the plank. Even though you might not feel like it, you do it. Even though you know it takes all of your energy, you do it. And that's 30 seconds. And now you can believe yourself. I will do the things that are good for me, the things that I assign to myself, and feel that energy for 20 more seconds. Maybe that's the energy that's going to keep you in that plank. Look at me do it. Look at me holding this up because I decided to do it. That's 10 more seconds, and it's still not too late to start. Get up in that plank pose. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And you're done with the plank. However many seconds you were in there, that's today. Let's stretch our way back. We can find our water and find all the credit. If that was uncomfortable, but not painful in the way that you hurt yourself, painful in the way that you had to get over but I wanted to sit down, and you did it. Fantastic. Let's break some procrastination in that same way. I promised myself I would do something small. And it's difficult to find that task sometimes, but we're going to tackle that. We're going to take something on. Let's look and find the task, get it done right now. Let's wrap the task for now. Find the water. Let's say you froze during that entire minute of procrastination, it's never too late to throw something out. Throw something out that's sitting on your desktop that doesn't belong there. Throw out some junk mail. Throw out that piece of paper that you've been staring at. That takes a few seconds and it's a check mark. Let's keep going into our connection minute. Now, one of these or 4 of these exercises are going to be a little more challenging than the others. Let's practice facing challenges. Let's reach out to someone and say hi. Maybe let them know what challenges you're facing, or let them know you just did a plank for however long. Let's look to connect in one way or another. Warm up that muscle right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding water, finding a way to move away from this exercise, even if it was a little uncomfortable, or even if it was so comfortable that you just want to marinate in that one. Let's move on. Let's go to our aerobics. What does aerobics mean? It means a movement that maybe gets your heart rate going. Maybe if you're walking a little faster than you normally do, or your knees up are a little higher. Let's get into whatever motion we can get into in 3, 2, 1. Move your body. Why are we moving our body? If we want to keep being able to use our body, we must exercise. I don't think it's a choice. And now we're 10 seconds in. And if you haven't started, even though we are just a little bit into this exercise and it's only a minute long, it is not too late. Move your body. That's 20 seconds. Now, if you did start right up top, it's probably getting a little more challenging right now. Let's see if we could put more energy into it for 30 more seconds. Even though it is more challenging, it is more difficult than when we first started. Let's find a way to keep the momentum going. Generate energy for 20 seconds, making sure that you're breathing. Maybe take the pain off your face. Maybe growl for the final 10 seconds to get yourself through. If you are not hurting yourself, do not stop. Find a way if you can for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Those are the exercises. Hope it was useful. Thank you for taking OMAT today.